Good morning. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. We are back. In effect, I've been off for 2 days, and that's been all right. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I've been away. I just took a little. We are back. We are back in effect with the live streaming. I am on my way to the plantation, and I want you guys to come with me for the ride. Drive with me for the ride. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday. The sun was out earlier. Now it's not out anymore. What's going on? It's a little breezy out here, a little on the windy side, but it's quite all right. It's quite all right. How y'all doing today? Bye. See you later. What are you guys up to on this Saturday? Looked like the sun was shining a little bit, but now it's not. How have I been doing the last couple of days? I've been off the last 2 days, and this is the only time I have to go back to work today. Then I'll be off again on Sunday and Monday. Assistant manager at the job kind of screwed up my schedule a little bit. The assistant manager at my job kind of screwed up my schedule a little bit, so my schedule is a little bit crazy this week. But next week we're back on track. So I'm working today. It's like I have 4 days off, not really in a row. It's like 2 days here, off one day, and then I'm off again on Sunday and Monday. But Sunday and Monday is my normal days off, so that works out for me. But I'm painting my nails this color today, beautiful purple color from Sally Hansen. It's looking a little bit on the light side, so I might have to do like 3 coats of this. You know what I mean? But happy Saturday. How have I been doing? Girl, it's so much going on at the house. Two of the girls are leaving. Look how God just works things out in my favor. Two of the girls that's leaving are two of the girls that's been there for a while. So they both leaving, which is amazing, right? They're just moving to another type of house, which is great. I'm happy about that. I say, look how God works things out. But the thing was, I wasn't even praying for the girl to leave. I just didn't really like her. But I wasn't praying for her to leave. You know what I mean? But when I got the news, I was like, oh no, you're not leaving, are you? I was happy to hear that. Super happy to hear that she's going somewhere else. So I was like, no. She was like, oh yeah, we're going to a new house. I said, good for you. See, they want to go to another house. It's apparently, I guess the owner, the person that owns this house, has another house somewhere. So they want to go to a new house so they can bring in new fresh meat so they can have the girls how they want the girls to be. A joke. The girl that sit on the couch, she's like she's like the bully of the crowd, right? She's the bully, and she be bossing everybody around, and a lot of those girls are scared of her. I'm not scared, but a lot of those girls are scared, and nobody speaks up to her. Nobody puts her in her place. But I'm glad she's leaving because I was like, child, it's going to be a hot summer with this heifer. But look at God. Look how God has just moved people on out your way. God will just move people on out your way. So I was like, oh my God, you're moving? Now, the other girl that's moving, she not bad, but I don't trust her either because her and the girl that be sitting on the sofa, they kind of cool, right? So they told me the other day, and I didn't know they were leaving, but I did hear them like talking about stuff. So they didn't tell me. And I forget how I found out, but I was like, oh, y'all moving. Great. In my heart, I'm like, awesome. Because y'all are the problem. Not really the other girl, but the girl that sits on the sofa. The girl, I'm not going to say her name, but her name starts with a D. She's the problem. She's the one that she's aggressive, and a lot of the girls are scared of her. And she's a bully. She likes to sit there and talk about people and do all this crap. And I said, well, if you had a job, she's been saying for 6 months that she's been looking, and you ain't been looking for nothing. But she's leaving, and I'm happy. I said, look how God just works things out. God will just fix it for you. So I couldn't be more elated. And another girl in the house was like, yes, I'm glad they're moving. I'm like, girl, you and me both, honey. You and me both, sis. But God will just work things out for people to just move around. I said, go into your new house. I just think the owner purchased another property and they want to fill it up. So they're going to have those two girls that came from our house in that house. So they're going to pick and choose. They can pick and choose who they want in the house. So, and that's another thing. You just pick and choose who you like. You might not like the person's race and you ain't going to pick them. You might not like the way the girl look. You ain't going to pick her. It might be a girl that's overweight and, might be somebody that's a BBW overweight or whatever. I'm not going to say it. Whatever. It might be somebody that's overweight. You don't like the way they look. Y'all just pick and choose the people that y'all want for these houses, which is not right, in my opinion. But I'm glad she's getting the freak out of where I'm at. Good morning. God bless you as well. When nobody gives an F, well, you're here, so you must give an F. You're here, so you must give an F. You're here listening to me, so you must care. You're here listening, so you must care. Let me tell y'all something about YouTube and how when people get paid on YouTube, they don't be giving a crap about no damn trolls. Y'all think somebody worried about a troll saying something? You don't want sitting here on social media. You sitting here on social media trying to find out something to do, right? You trying to figure out something to do because you don't got nothing to do in your life, so you want to come in here and bother me. Child, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's all I'm going to say. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Nobody care about what a troll got to say. You must care because you sitting here scrolling on social media with absolutely nothing to do in your life. But yeah, I'm going to continue to run my mouth. And if you don't like me running my mouth, don't come here. You don't want to hear me running my mouth about my life? This is not the channel for you. Because sis, you know I'm going to talk. You know I'm going to talk and run my mouth. You already know that's going to happen when you come over here. So this must not be the channel for you. It's a little windy, a little nifty. I'm going to see what the weather going to be tomorrow. They got these potholes all over the place. I'm telling y'all, and these, what do they call those things that shovel the snow? Those, the snow people. When it snows out and they got those big trucks, right? They be tearing these roads up, honey. But yeah, I've been out. I don't think I did a live stream. Last time I did a live stream was what? I was off Thursday, Friday. So I think I did a live stream on Wednesday. And that was my last live stream. I think I did like a 9 to 5. Or it could have been Tuesday. I really don't remember. But I tried to step away, going through the throughs of life. You know what I'm saying? Going through the throughs of life. And I'm going to be sharing with y'all some stuff. And I'm going to just say this. When I share life and I tell y'all stuff, I'm telling y'all stuff to let y'all know, hey, don't do this. Hey, if you have this kind of life, you're going to have to go through that. So this is what my channel was about. I live in transitional housing. I lived in homeless shelters before. Heck, I even lived in my car for a short stint. So now I'm in transitional housing and I'm working on getting myself out of there. Good morning. How are you? How you doing? Hi, Lori. I'm working on getting myself out of transitional housing, but I'm going to be sharing a little bit more of my life. It's going to be some videos that's going to come out because people have been asking me about my daughter, and I'm going to finally open up and I'm going to talk about that situation. And I don't care what people think or what they're going to come here and say. I don't care. I'm just here to share my journey. So whatever judgment you want to pass on me after I start sharing my journey of dealing with DIFUS, DCPNP, y'all can say what y'all want. I'm going to share because I really don't care what people have to say. You could judge me, look down on me. Oh, she's this. She's a bad mom. She's this. I'm telling y'all my story of me losing my apartment. I got evicted out of my apartment in January of 2024, and I lost a lot. And a lot of those things that I lost has to do with my daughter, but I'm going to tell y'all that story. I'm going to tell y'all that story of how things happen with that up until what we're going through now. So I'm going to tell y'all the story. I'm going to share it with y'all in videos. So it's going to be a video coming out about the situation with me and my daughter. My daughter is 13 years old. So I'm going to share that with y'all only because I feel like I need to, because people have been asking me and I haven't been talking about it because guess what? It wasn't time for me to talk about that. It's a sensitive subject. So if y'all come here and be bashing me and doing all these things, I'm at the point where I don't care anymore. I don't care what people say about me. As long as I'm taking the steps and doing what I have to do to get my life back, that's all that really matters. Good morning. How are you? Thank you. You have a great day too. You have a great day too. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. I'm headed to work. So I'm just sharing my life. So if people, after I start telling my story about my situation with my child, when y'all want to bash me or say negative things, people say, oh, you shouldn't share your personal life on social media. I can share what I want. I can share whatever I want. Whatever comes out of my mouth, as long as I'm not harming anybody and I'm not harming myself and I'm not being destructive to anyone, I can share whatever I want on my social media. So please, that too. Don't come here and tell me what to do on my channel. And please don't come here and tell me what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing, because this is my channel. So if you want to talk about your situation or you want to talk about whatever, just open up your social media and talk about whatever. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about over here. And I know I'm going to get bashed because I get bashed now. But do you think we care? No one cares. When they do social media, you really have that attitude of not really caring about what people are going to say or what they're going to think. This is like social media is really like now, it's replacing reality TV. Even though reality TV is stuff that's like staged, my life is not staged. This is really going on in my life. This is really happening. I'm really going through. So I'm going to start sharing my life. I'm going to share my situation and my story with my daughter. So you guys stay tuned. You guys stay tuned because people have been asking, and I'm going to tell you. Just stay tuned. But they're only going to be in videos. I'm not going to put any of this information in like a short form video. It's going to be like a 15-minute video. So people don't want to be reminded about shit our lives are. What? People don't want to be reminded. What? Well, I'm going to share mine. So if you don't want to be here, King Nesbitt, to hear it, you don't have to. You have a choice on social media. You could either stay or go. I think we all have a choice. We all have free will to listen to whatever we want to listen to. And if this is something that you don't want to listen to, you don't have to. But I'm going to share. So this ain't the place for you. You don't feel comfortable. Oh, I don't want to hear that. Well, this must not be the place for you. That's all right. That's okay too. So I'm going to open up and start sharing my story. And for a lot of people, this is therapy. You know what I'm saying? It's therapy. And if somebody don't want to come and hear someone's story, you're not forced to be here. You're not forced to listen to my life. But this, me talking about stuff, helps me heal. And so that's all I'm gonna say. It helps my situation. I have to talk about it. Um, I can't keep everything on the inside. That's just not who I am. I don't keep stuff on the inside. I gotta let it out. Of course, I don't talk about every single little thing, but I'm a talker, and I'm going to talk about my problems, and I'm going to talk about my life and how what I'm doing to fix it. You know what I'm saying? There's something that I'm doing in my life to fix this situation. So I'm not just sitting around complaining and not actively working on the steps to change. It is what it is. You know how many people out here got messy lives? My life is messy, but I'm taking time to heal my life, and I'm taking the steps to fix my life. So if you're here for the ride, you're here for the ride, because a lot of people can relate. And we get bashed all the time when we share our lives, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what people say. Oh, you shouldn't share this. You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say that. I can share whatever I want to share. And I'm going to decide to share because I want to. And that's just all there is to it. YouTube, TikTok has turned into like reality TV for some people, but my reality is really happening. This is not I'm not making up anything I'm reading off of. This is just off the top of my head of things that happen in my life with me being in homeless shelters. If you don't want to hear about homelessness, you don't have to come here, because I've been homeless before. And I'm still technically in my head kind of still a little bit on the homeless side because I still don't have my own place. You know, I'm in transitional housing. So when you live in transitional housing, you're like paying rent and stuff, and you live in a big house, and everybody's like paying the bill. So we all have to, all of our roommates and everything, we have to get along, but we all share in the household bills, the things that need to be done. If something happens in the house that needs to be fixed, we have to go to the person that owns the house and let him know, hey, this is broken, that's broken. That's our responsibility. And now that the two girls are leaving, and that's amazing, and I'm happy about that, I couldn't be more ecstatic. But you see how God works things out. God will work things out. This lady, she'll be there for like another 2 weeks, and she's leaving April 1st. I am so happy. So happy. I'd be like, bye. And the girl that's leaving with her, they're supposed to be friends, but they be talking about each other too, low key. They talk about each other low key. So I'm like, girl, you don't got no friends in this world. You don't have no friends. And I'm not saying you can't develop and have a friend. I have some people in my life that are friends, But some things you can't even share with your friends. Because sometimes when you live in situations like I live in, you got people that like to bully people and women that like to team up and try to mess with others. So I don't do the bullying stuff, and I also am not a bully. I don't bully people. I don't try to push anybody around. I don't care what race you are, white, black, Indian. I don't care. I'm gonna treat you with the respect that you're treating me with. But if you don't want to treat me respectfully, I'm definitely gonna push back on that. Hi, I see 20 people watching me. Can I get 20 thumbs up from everyone that's watching the stream? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday, y'all. I'm on my way to work. I'm on my way to the plantation to go get some money. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. J. How are you? Good morning. It's rough out here in these streets. It's a hard life out here, and things are getting more and more crazy. But I don't focus on what's going on in the world. I just focus on what's going on in my world. How are you, Dr. J? How you been doing? I haven't been here for a little bit, but I'm back to the live stream, and I gotta go to work today. But then I'm off again on. I was off Thursday, Friday. Go back to work one day, and then I'm off on Saturday and Sunday. Which Saturday and Sunday are my normal days off, and that works for me. But I was a little bit upset with my manager because I didn't like the way she stretched out my schedule. But it kind of gives me like almost 4 days in a row off. So I work today, get off. I don't like. One thing I noticed, me and this lady at the job, she's a white woman, and me and her are cool, right? But they don't know that we chit chat or whatever behind the scenes. We talk outside of work, and that's how most people do at work. They talk outside of work about whatever's going on at work. So she's a new person, so they bully her, and I said, "Girl, they did the same thing to me. Like I know how you feel because they did the same thing to me. I fought tooth and nail to keep my job because I had managers that's supposed to train you. It's a lot. Like my job is a lot of information that you have to know. It's like you're going to college, right? It's a lot of different things at my job position that we have to know. And, especially when you're dealing with money, you're dealing with credit, it's a lot of things that we have to know, a lot of different like things on the computer that we need to know. You need to know how to type, you need to know how to send emails and all that stuff. So some people come into the job and they're like, they don't know about computers, they don't know about copy and paste, sending emails, all that stuff. So I learned a lot. I'm not computer literate, like, but I know the basic. I know how to basically send like an email to a customer, or I know how to do all of that stuff. So the new lady, she's going through the same thing I went through when I started the job. They bully her. You know what I'm saying? The managers don't have no patience because they're trying to meet what they need to meet every week. Because everybody has a goal, especially the managers. They have goals that they're supposed to meet at the end of weeks. And if they don't make their goals at the end of the week, they get mad, and then they go try to target the person that they think is the problem. Oh, you made us not get this. So my job, we work with a lot of men, and the men can be very pushy and very aggressive. But I don't care how pushy and aggressive you are. You come to me with some bull crap, I'm going to push back in a professional way, right? Don't come to me with no stuff. When you talk to me respectfully, you get respect back. When you talk to me ignorant and rude, I'm going to treat you the way you treat me. That's just all there is to it. I'm going to treat you the way you treat me. That's how it's going to be. And then when you treat them the way they treat you, they consider you to be the aggressor, especially when you look like me. So people are freaking weird, but God is good. And nevertheless, I got up this morning. I did my yoga. And I have my inversion bench. I don't know if you guys know what a headstand. It's like a bench where you could do a headstand. So I got my inversion. I think it's called a yoga inversion bench. It's like a bench you put your head into and you could put your legs up in the sky. So I have that. I got that yesterday. I bought it off TikTok. That was my first item that I ever like bought off the TikTok shop. So I bought one thing off. It's cheap. I'm not going to even front. It's cheap. Next time I'm going to invest in getting me a wood one. But it feels good on my back. It helps like my back pain, and because I stretch every single day. Like stretching is just, I did my yoga this morning, and yoga is tough, right? But it feels so good in your body to stretch and move. Like my spine feels amazing right now. So yeah, I got my yoga inversion bench. And I'm doing okay. The girls are moving out the house. The two girls, that's the problem. It's really just one of them. So the girl that sits on the sofa, she's moving. She's moving in the location, so she can go there and get the whoever she want in the house she wants to get in the house. I don't like her. And I don't think she likes me, but I think she knows that I don't like her. And that's okay too. When they know that you don't like them, they're just like, oh my God, she doesn't like me. What did I do? But there's a history there because a lot of the girls that used to live there, they left because of her. They left the house because of her. She's definitely a problem. This is going to be the longest 2 weeks of my life. It's going to be the longest 2 weeks of my freaking existence because I can't wait to see her go. I hope I'll be there for the same day. Like when she walking out the door with the. And the funny thing is how lazy this woman is, right? So she got up this morning. I guess she went to ShopRite to go get some food because the girl that used to get her food for her got kicked out because she did something. So she had to get up this morning. She had to get up off her lazy behind and go to the store to go get some food. I said, "Oh, you got to do something. You doing something today? Oh wow." I'm like, "Oh wow, she's getting out the house. She's doing something. Oh my Lord." But I'm happy. 2 weeks. It's gonna be a long 2 weeks. But like I said, I work, so I'm not really there that often. But she's a pistol. She's a pistol, and she's a problem. And I'm glad. I'll be happy to see her go. I'm gonna have a. It's gonna be a serenade when she leaves. We're gonna have the drums, the violin. We're gonna be like, bye, because you are the problem. You know when somebody at work that be the main problem, the main person that's always a problem. When they leave, people be so happy. I'm so ecstatically pleased. Like, girl, I can't wait. When is it going to happen? What time you leaving? Please let me know. Because you go ahead and be somebody else's damn problem. Because I'm telling you, even with me, it being summertime, the weather's getting nicer, I probably would have at some point cursed her out. Because she's still constantly going into the chat saying dumb stuff. We have this group chat where, everybody in the house can communicate. So she goes into the chat last night, and one of the other girls that's in the house, she's trying to say little things about somebody leaving poop on the toilet seat. Remember the other day when I was telling y'all about she claimed somebody left something on the toilet seat, and the thing is, she's targeting one of the girls that live in the house. One of the girls that live in the house has a daughter that lives there too, and the daughter is, I think she's either 13 or 14 years old. So she's like targeting the woman's daughter, saying little things in the chat, but the woman's daughter is not in the chat. So, but the girl is offended by it because she was like, I know you probably talking about my daughter. Because the other day I went into the chat and I was like, well, I was the only one up. So I'm hoping you're not talking about me because I don't leave poop on the toilet seat. So she came into the chat like, this was just directed towards everybody, not somebody specific. I said, oh wow, that's funny because I was the only one up too. So what are you saying? But apparently the bathroom that she was talking about, it wasn't a bathroom that I was in anyway. So I was like, oh, she ain't talking about me. But now you picking on a kid, you're picking on a teenager that lives in the house too. That's not right. You don't do that. Because if I was her mom, I probably would have been cussed you to freak out. I probably would have been cursed you out. But sometimes you got to put people in their place, man. I'm sorry, you can't be letting people just walk all over you in life. You just can't. I just can't do it. You're not going to walk all over me and think you're going to have somebody. So then she went into the chat yesterday, picking again, picking, saying that, oh, somebody washed the dish and we have to make sure we're washing the dishes properly because it was some food stuck on some of the dishes. I'm looking at her like she's really reaching, really being stupid, really being petty. And I said, girl, you a trip, honey. I said, you like drama and you try to pick on. I see what she's doing. She's trying to pick on that other girl. That's another woman in the house that she don't really like. They don't really get along, but that other chick be bouncing back. She pushed back. So, and I'm like, I'm glad that woman has a backbone. You don't let people just push you around. And I'm not saying that you got to hurt anybody or anything, but sometimes you got to stand up for yourself. You can't just let anybody just say what they want, do what they want, treat you how they want. And then, you know what I'm saying? Everything doesn't have to always be a confrontation, but putting somebody in their place is okay. Putting somebody in their place so they don't make that mistake again is okay. I'm not talking about anything violent. But I'm just saying, putting somebody in their place respectfully, nothing wrong with that. Now, if you at work, it's a kind of a different story there. But I mean, I didn't put people in their place all the time because you're not gonna come over here barking up my tree and think I'm not gonna bark back because sis, I bark back. Good morning. I hope everybody gave me a thumbs up. Oh, I think they did. Because I see 17 thumbs up, and there's 17 people in the chat. Thank you. I'm going to have a good Saturday. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the gift, Erica. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Everybody say good morning to Erica. She just gave me a little gift. I'm not sure how the gifts work. I guess they work like they do on TikTok, right? The gifts are like maybe a few cents or something like that. So thank you. I appreciate that. But I think any money that I make off of YouTube, YouTube does take a percentage. They take something, even if it's a couple cents. That's how YouTube stay. I like YouTube though. I like YouTube. Like I gave my thing at like TikTok and all that, but the only platform that I really put stuff out on is YouTube. Ain't this pretty? Purple. I gotta put another coat though, because it's not really dark enough for me. But isn't that beautiful? I love it. Ooh, I should have did my toes. My toes are pink and my fingers are purple. But good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's doing well. I've been off of social media for a day or so. So it's been, I haven't been on social media since I think maybe Wednesday night. No, wait, I was on Thursday, Friday. So I think I did a live stream on Wednesday morning, or I think it was Wednesday morning the last time I did a live stream. So I'm back. I was I've been on social media, but I've been pretty much watching. I haven't really been putting out much on my channel. But I just want to let y'all know that I'm going to be starting to open up to talk about my relationship and stuff that's going on with me and my daughter. I do have a 13-year-old daughter. So, and a lot of things have happened with her. And I'm going to start sharing that story with everybody because people have been asking me, where's your daughter? Where's this? Where's that? So I'm going to start to open up and talk about that. And as far as judgment and people criticizing me, I know it's going to come. I know people are going to have the worst things to say. I really do not care because I didn't want to share before because my spirit wasn't really like ready to share it. But now I'm ready to share because it's time for me to like open up and start talking about that more. And some people are saying, oh, you really shouldn't come on this platform talking about your personal life. I can talk about whatever I want. I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. The sun is coming out and I hope you stay out. What's going on? I'm just drying my fingers. I appreciate the gifts, y'all. Thank you. Probably gonna be busy at work today, y'all. So the lady at the job that I talked to, one of my friends at work, you know, everybody got a work bestie. She's like my work bestie. So she was texting me, just saying some things that was happening, I guess, yesterday. So I'm like, girl, I don't know. You have to just keep on trying. Like I keep encouraging her, telling her, I said, listen, no matter what anybody at the job says about you, I said, you're doing a good job. And I said, I know what you're going through because the management bullied and pushed me around as well. Some people at work have crappy lives and they go into work, especially management. They go into work and they put their crappy life on someone else. They push their crappy lives on other people, and the job places are very messy. The management, most of the time, a lot of the gossip and the BS is coming from management, which is crazy. It's coming from the leaders, you know. And most people, when they get the messiness that come from the leaders, that's when the whole team is messy. The whole team just end up being messy because hey, your manager's talking about you, which manager shouldn't be doing that because that's out of pocket. But these managers don't care. Like nobody cares. Everybody just wants to get, especially leadership, management. They just want to get the job done. They don't care who don't like who. They'll stir the pot if they're messy. Because I had a manager before the manager I have now. He was very messy and he was a flamboyantly messy guy, and I was just like, what the heck is going on? But every job that I've ever had, the managers are messy. And you either gotta take the messiness, try to ignore it as much as you can, and just do your job and go home. Because we all have bills to pay. People got mortgages, people got rent. Shoot, I got rent. Might not have a mortgage, but I got rent to pay. We all just trying to pay our bills, man. It's hard enough out here in the world to try to eat I left my rice. Y'all, I made curry chicken and I left the rice. I left the rice in the refrigerator. I'm so mad at myself. I left the rice in the fridge, y'all. Oh well, I can still eat the curry chicken. I could go buy me a bag of rice at like Walmart or something. I'm gonna get me a bag of rice from the store, which I really don't like to eat that kind of rice, but I don't have a choice at this point. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe it. I left the rice. Y'all, I made curry chicken last night and I was so happy. I waited till that broad went in her room and then I went out. I know she smelled it. Girl, I know you smell this good cooking. You see, some people don't like the smell of like flavorful foods. Like a lot of people don't like those flavors, the curry and all that, the coriander. I work with all that. The garlic, the peppers, the onions, the all that stuff. Yes. I didn't have any ginger. Wish I would have had some ginger. I forgot to pick up some fresh ginger, but the next because I'm gonna make some more. I'm gonna make another one. Because it's just me. I just gotta cook for myself. But I'm gonna make me some more curry chicken, baby. Okay. Don't get it twisted. I went to Sam's Club the other day and I got a big thing of chicken and I got a big bag of the sockeye salmon. But you know, Sam's Club sell the sockeye. I think it's like 6 in there. So I had salmon the other day, made some jasmine rice with the salmon. Y'all talking about so good. Ah, it was so good. Like having a home cooked meal. And I know how to cook, right? So me having a home cooked meal, it's just amazing. I'm a comfort food type of girl anyway. I love a good nice meal. I like a nice curry. I like a nice piece of salmon in the air fryer and put some rice and vegetables on the side. I love a good meal. Because I've been eating on the road. I've been eating burgers and, cheese steaks and all that stuff. I used to do the same thing when I had my apartment, me and my daughter. I would work all week, and one day after the week, I would just order out just junk food like cheesesteaks or pizza. We would have like a outing day where we would just eat whatever. Let's go get a nice cheesesteak from the mall or whatever. So that's what I did. So even with myself, I still stick to that. I say once a week, I'm going to go buy me a cheesesteak or just something out. Like we're going to eat out and we're going to have something, maybe some wings or something. Everybody eat junk every now and again. Now, if you're eating the stuff every day, that's a different kind of story. The trolls have found my channel. Here we go. The comments are being blocked anyway. So whatever you're saying that's rude, I can't see it anyway because it's blocked. I think y'all should know me enough by now, especially the trolls, because like trolls, they come back. They always come back to try to harass and bully me. But I can't see the comment anyway. I can't see your comment. Some comments are filtered out anyway. Like I can look and read it if I want to, but if it's a blocked comment, it's probably some shade that somebody's throwing. It's either shade or it's probably a comment where it's like sexually driven, and YouTube will find those comments and they'll block them. Period. Y'all can't harass me forever. Go get a life. Go get a life and do social media. The older you get, the more you just don't care about what people think about you. But the funny thing was about how people think. Like I never cared about how a person thought about me anyway. I didn't care if y'all thought I was ugly. I didn't care if y'all thought I was black. I don't care if y'all thought my hair was nappy. I don't have low self-esteem. You may look at me and say, "Oh, she's very confident," and it have always been that way. I've always been confident. I always had that confidence. Now I'm not. There's some things in my life that I'm not so confident about, but I'm a confident woman. The way I look, my appearance, girl, I could go into the store with my hair looking crazy. You'd be like, "Oh, you need to do your hair." I'm confident. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm comfortable the way I look. And if you're uncomfortable by the way that I look, that's your own damn problem. Goodness grief. This coffee is good though. This is my other mug. I have another one, but the other one is probably like right there. It's a smaller cup, but I don't know where it's at. I'm hoping it's in my car somewhere because I have two of these. I got these from ShopRite. I think this one came from ShopRite too. These are not. These are fairly cheap. They're fairly cheap. They're like not even $20. I think it's like $16. I think the taller one is like maybe 17 or 18, but my smaller one was like 13 or $14, and I got them from ShopRite. And these are nice. They're nice and sturdy. They're supposed to keep it hot for a long time, but that's really a lie. It really doesn't stay hot that long. It really doesn't stay hot that long, but I do appreciate you guys coming here every day. I was saying the other day in one of my videos, I was like, wow, y'all really be like, people really listen to the entire live stream. They're listening to what I'm saying because I could tell they're listening to what I'm saying because I could tell by reading the comments. People are really listening to things that come out of my mouth. And I'm like, wow, they're really listening to me. I mean, some people come by, leave a comment, and leave, but some people actually really be watching the whole video. I'm like, yo, you guys are amazing because I could tell that you're watching the video because of my analytics as well. The analytics can show you, like, people cutting off the video or whatever. And I'm not even mad at that. Like, this is my second job, like my second or third stream of income. So I'm grateful. But I am going to be here every day. As long as YouTube is here, I've been doing YouTube now, but not on this channel. I have another channel as well. I've been doing YouTube now for almost 14 or 15 years. My first channel, I got so much content on that channel that I want to get off of that channel and I want to put that content on a hard drive. So I'm looking to purchase a hard drive on Amazon. I put my credit card in and they denied it. I got to go check that out too. It's probably the address situation. But I gotta go. I'm gonna buy me a hard drive. I think the hard drive that I was looking at on Amazon was like $150. So I'm gonna get the hard drive so I can take all that content that I have on my old YouTube channel, put it on my hard drive so that I'll always have that stuff. Like, God forbid, if anything ever happened to me, my daughter would have access to all of my videos. Like, I can keep those somewhere and she could always dig them out or whatever. Whatever happens to me when I leave this earth, I'll still have all of that stuff that I've made over the years. That way my family can say, oh, this is what, all my content. Because over time, like YouTube, they'll eventually delete your stuff off of YouTube. Eventually it'll be moved out the way because of space or whatever. So eventually my stuff is going to be just deleted anyway, which will probably take years. But eventually, if they don't see activity on that channel, they don't see that I'm uploading videos and everything, they're going to take it down. So I'm going to get all that content off of that channel and I'm going to put it onto a hard drive so that I'll always have that stuff. I'll always have it for life. Like, my children, if something happened to me, my children can have access. Like, these are hard drives, things that I did in my life, YouTube stuff, my other channel years ago. The stuff is still around. It's still actively here. So, good morning. How you doing? Oh, thank you for listening, Shelly. How you doing, Miss Green? You're always around. I appreciate you. Hello, Rhonda. How you doing? Happy Saturday. Yeah, the salmon was good. I got it from. I always get my salmon from Sam's Club. I just get this big bag of salmon and it's sockeye, and I think there's probably like between 5 and 6 pieces in there. I don't think it's any more than like 6 or 7, maybe. So it's some nice salmon. So I just thaw it out, put the lemon on top, season it up real nice. That salmon was good, and I'm not even really a big lover of salmon. Salmon is not my favorite fish, right? But when you season it up really well, it tastes good. I'm not really a big fan of salmon, but I know salmon is good for you, so I always keep salmon in my fridge. Even when I had my apartment, I always kept chicken, salmon, and ground turkey. So that's another thing I'm going to get. Probably this week, I'm going to go get some ground turkey from Sam's Club because Sam's Club sell ground turkey in these big packages. So in the ground turkey package, I could split it in four. In each, I could split it in fours, and that could be a meal, one meal, one. I like the ground turkey because I can make turkey burgers from those, or I could just mix them up like ground beef and have a vegetable and have some rice or put some pasta or whatever. I love home cooked meals. So, and I know how to cook. But sometimes when I cook, I don't want to eat it because I've been sitting there cooking it. So then I just pack it away, put it in these little packing containers, and then I'll eat them later on. But that's how we was raised. Like, my mom raised us. We was eating home cooked food every day. Like, my mom would make, especially on Sundays, she would make these big dinners from scratch, like cornbread, fried chicken, this or that. We always had vegetable. We always had like a potato or pasta. Sometimes we had spaghetti. Like, we did it all. So a lot of those things that my mom instilled in us growing up, I do the same. I did the same thing for my children, and I do the same thing for myself. Like, I take care of myself. I make sure that I eat rich in whole foods if I possibly can get a hold of them. So all this eating out and stuff that I was doing, I knew I had to stop. I made curry chicken the other day, so I was happy about that too, and it came out really good. So I waited for Bozo the Clown go in her room last night, so I went in there. I already had the curry chicken marinating from the morning, so I just went in there and made it. I didn't care. I'm like, if y'all smell the curry, some people don't like the smell of curry chicken or whatever. Listen, I like flavorful stuff, so you're gonna smell those flavors. I would love to smell like home cooked food through a house. It just smells good. So I just love flavorful foods, and man, because I had bought Indian food the other day, and it was like a lot of money. I'm so embarrassed to even tell you how much I spent on that Indian food, but it was so good. Like I love Indian curry. I love me some Indian curry. It's cold and windy. It's windy here, but it's not really like cold. It's chilly enough that you do need a jacket, but it's not like brisk. You know what I'm saying? It's chilly. I appreciate you guys for coming by. I appreciate you. But yeah, that curry was good, honey. It was good. I didn't really put my foot in it the way I wanted to because I was like, I'm still in an environment where there's other people here. Like I wouldn't make that curry if there was like a whole house full of people there. I just wouldn't have made it because for some reason they're not gonna say nothing to me, but some people don't want to smell that. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't want to smell. Some people think like smelling curry and all those seasoning and those flavors, they think it's like I'm making chitlins. Like some people that like it's a guy at my job that he don't like any kind of food except for the basic American stuff like pizza, chicken tenders, like a kid, right? I like real whole food. I'm talking about cutting up onions, cutting up peppers, cutting up some garlic, cutting up everything from scratch. I just like flavorful stuff. And that's just me. It's ingrained in my heart. And that's how my mom had us. So that's what I continue to do. Just make flavorful whole foods. I do eat messy. I'm not perfect. But I'm working on bettering because I have access now to a kitchen. Because before when I was living in the shelter, I didn't have access to a kitchen. So I was upset. I was like, oh man, I can't wait to get a place. And now I have a place, but certain things I don't want to cook. I'm not going to cook curry every day because people start complaining, oh, this smell. But they're not going to say nothing to me, but I know they'll be talking about me behind my back. But I'm like, listen, if you taste this, you're going to like it. If you taste this good old food, says you're going to enjoy. So, but yeah, that's my life. That's my life, and I'm sticking to it. Back to work today, and I don't really mind because if I was sitting at the house, I wouldn't be doing anything today anyway. But today would be a perfect day for me to go hiking. But I got up this morning and just did my yoga, honey. Yeah, I can't wait for summer either. It's chill. It's not really cold where I'm at, but it's chilly. You know what I'm saying? You do need a jacket. It is chilly. What state are you in, Miss Green? If you don't mind sharing, what state are you in? It was snowing the other day. It was snowing on what day did it snow? Was it Friday? I was like, yo, the other week it was like 70 something degrees, and they're like, you already know they're manipulating our weather. I don't really do the conspiracy theory stuff, but we already know they control the weather. We already know that. We already know that they're manipulating the weather. Look at all these people at this bowling alley. We already know they're manipulating the weather. I mean, I've been knew that for a long time. They control everything. They trying to take out the sun. Like, come on. Oh, you're in Canada. Oh, I love Canada. That's the place I want to go visit because Canada has some really like the nature part. I watch a lot of Canadian like YouTubers and they go hunting. I'm into all of that stuff. I'm into like the backwoods type stuff. And Canada is beautiful. You can live van life out in Canada with no problem. I be seeing the guys that live in vans. They go out into the Canadian like the wilderness. I like those type of videos. But Canada is beautiful. I could come to Canada. I think it's like maybe 6 or 7 hour drive from where I'm at to get up to Canada because I would have to go up to like New York. I would have to go that way, and I want to get my passport soon too. That's another journey I want to go on is getting my passport because we could drive to Canada. A lot of people in America can drive to Canada, but Canada's beautiful. I would love to visit Canada one day and go to some of their national parks. I watch a lot of YouTubers from Canada, a lot of them. But I'm normally into Canada for like van life stuff or um, just a lot of different things. It's mainly like naturistic type of stuff. I'm into the nature scene, so I like hiking and all that stuff. So it's a lot of Canadian YouTubers that I've been watching for years, and they live in Canada because Canada is like a place like you can live van life in Canada, and the cops will never catch you. And where I'm at, you can live van life, but you really got to find places to hide. You know what I mean? You got to have your food and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't know what my future may hold, but in a couple years, I want to live on the road. I would like to live that life, but if I can get me like a online job that I don't know, we'll see how things go. I don't want to talk about it so soon, but I want to live on the road. I want to live like that chick, the black woman. Her name is Nomadic Introvert. I would love to live her life right now if I could. If I could live her life, I would love to. Just being on the road, not really being responsible for too much but yourself and your car or however you're traveling. I would love to be free like that. To live that free life, not being responsible for nothing, like having to clock into a job and all that crap, man. Live free. Excuse me. I know I need to shave my armpits off. Somebody gonna tell me in the chat, oh, you got hair under your arms. I said, I know I do. I let my armpit hair grow. And I only shave my arms in the summer. Like when the weather gets nice, I do shave. So they are growing back, but oh well. Oh, well, because I know somebody in the chat gonna tell me, oh, you got hair growing. Canada, well, I'm coming there. Yeah, Canada is beautiful. I watch a lot of Canadian stuff. The Dambster highways in Canada. I used to watch videos like Dambster, the truck drivers driving down the Dambster highway and just all types of things in Canada. They have beautiful national parks there. I think they got Banff National Park. They got a lot of national parks in Canada. Canada is a beautiful country. Beautiful country. And I'm not really into the city aspect of Canada. But I love the outback part of Canada, like the nature-esque, like where people and see the thing about that is hiking and all that stuff. They got grizzly bears out there. They got, they got all that stuff. So that's the scary part. But Canada's definitely beautiful. But I watch a lot of YouTubers that go hiking. Like this one guy I watch, he go hiking up mountains and stuff. I'm not really into the mountaineering part of that. I like hiking on in the woods on you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hike up a mountain. That's not really my thing. But mountains are beautiful in my opinion to look at, to even be around. But I'm not really into the mountaineering part. I'm not a mountaineer type of girl. If I try to climb up on something, it's gonna have to be a small little mountain. I'm not gonna go up no big old steep crazy mountain. That's not really my thing. I'm not into mountaineering, but I do like watching mountaineering type of content. I do like watching people climb mountains and stuff, but it's just not my thing. So the guy that I do watch, he does that type of content. I have to pull over. He does that type of content. And I've been watching him for a long time, but he's a mountaineer, but he also hikes and stuff. He lives in his car and he lives in his van. I think he recently bought another truck. He's in the backwoods. And he's an introvert. He has his dog and everything. And I said, well, he likes to be alone. And if he don't got no responsibility, he's making all his money on social media. And people love that type of content. People just be looking to be free, man. Shoot, I wish I could leave society. If I didn't have to worry about having a job or having responsibilities, man, I would leave society my damn self. If I could, I live just like the nomadic introvert woman and just be on the road and not caring about not having a care in the freaking world. Don't have to worry about no nasty bosses. That's how I want to live. But we all can't live that way. But I watch it through YouTube. I watch the people live the free life through YouTube because one day I'm going to live that life myself. I wanted to live in Canada until I found out you get snow there. Yeah, Canada is very heavily in snow. They get some rough winters in Canada, but it's still beautiful. Yeah, because people being free. I mean, if you could live a free life, if I could live freely and just live in my car, travel state to state, I would do that. Because like, what's left? I got responsibilities, right? So I can't really live that life right now. But one day I will. I'm going to be a little bit older, but I can still do it. I just want to be free. Be free from working these corporate jobs, figure out how I'm going to make my money. I'm going to have a setup. It's going to be all set up. It's going to be a good setup for me because I'm taking the time. That's what I want to do. I want to be free. I want to just be on the road. And I mean, I know a guy that quit his job. He took out his 401k savings, and he quit his job. He took his 401k savings out, and he bought a boat. He bought a sailboat, and he left corporate America, and he started sailing. And see, the sailing thing, that's not really my thing, but I respect what he's doing because he got out of society. Good for you. Like, you don't have to deal with like crappy bosses and all this stuff that's going on in like corporate America. That's what I want to get away from. If I could escape, I would too. If I could escape, I freaking would too. But I can't right now. I can't right now. But one day y'all gonna see me, and I will. One day I'm gonna live that life, that chick nomadic introvert. One day I'm gonna live that life. One day I'm gonna be free from all of this crap because I don't want to be a part of this no more. You're gonna get a van too very soon. Yeah, that's good, Rhonda. Because one day we could do van meetups. Who knows what the future may hold? You know what I'm saying? I love that lifestyle. This one other lady, she's another black woman. I forget her name, but she's a black woman and she lives in her camper van and she travels from state to state. You know, she goes from state to state, living in campgrounds. She has a little side business. She makes her money off of social media. That's what more people are going into because they're like, man, these jobs are crazy. What's going on in the world is crazy. Everything's so expensive. If you are a person and you don't have that family, you don't have a family or whatever, and you could, or you might be older and your kids are older. If you could live a free life, I would love to live that way. Sometimes I be wanting to just take my car on days that I just go through so much. Like I go through so much at my job. I'm going through so much in my life. I'd be like, yo, if I had the finances, if I could just leave and drive away and never come back here, I would love to do that. And just live on the road, go somewhere where nobody knows me. Nobody knows me. I'm away from my family, like my sisters, my cousins, everybody in my family. I don't have any relationship with anybody in my family. I walked away and I'm going to continue to walk away. I don't want to be bothered by nobody because the hardest seasons in my life, I had nobody. So why would I want to be a part of a family like that? So I left all that behind. If I could just go in my car, take my savings out, and just drive and see what happens. But you have to have money to even do something like that because if you have a car or a camper van, it costs money to have those things on the road. It's not cheap. But I think that's a peaceful life. I think that's such a peaceful way to live. Like I say, I'm living as a hobo. I'm going to be a hobo. I'm going to be a hobo one day. That's why I try to keep myself in shape. I practice my yoga every day. I try to keep myself up because when I turn 50, I'm leaving this crap. I don't want to turn into a senior and be really just stuck in these jobs, stuck with negative stuff going on. I don't want to be stuck in a cycle of having to pay bills. Like I'm dedicated to paying a mortgage or I'm dedicated to paying rent and stuff. I don't want to be attached to anything like that. I just want to work myself and my transportation, my passport, and be the freak out of here. Good morning. How you doing? I just want to be free. That's it. Just drying my nails. Drying my nails. I got purple. I love purple. So pretty. So mad at myself, y'all. I forgot to bring my rice. I got my curry chicken, but I don't have any rice. But I still can eat it though. And I do have some vegetables. Matter of fact, I'm not going to that location today. Oh, I'm going to a different spot. Okay. I got eggs from a lady that she has a friend that has a farm. So I get these farm raised eggs from this lady at my job. And the eggs I had left them at my job, they've been in the refrigerator for like 2 weeks. So I gotta go get those eggs. So I eat a lot of boiled eggs for like breakfast and stuff. I know it's probably buffering y'all. I'm so sorry. There's really nothing I can do about that. It's not cold. It's chilly, but it's not really cold. But the sun is shining, and that's all I care about. Like even if it was cold, as long as the sun is shining, I feel great. I feel amazing. And that inversion bench that I got from TikTok, It's cheap, but it's effective. My back feels amazing right now. But for me not to have back issues or back pain, I have back pain a little bit here and there. It'll like come and go. So when I stretch, I don't have the back pain anymore. That's why I don't really mess with these doctors and the things that these doctors be saying. Oh, take the muscle relaxers, take the me taking muscle relaxers is not fixing the issue. And then when you keep taking medications and you keep complaining to your doctors, oh, I got pain, then the next thing they're going to try to do is start cutting you open. And I'm like, no, I'd rather just do my yoga. I'm healing my own self. I'm healing my own back problems. And I have back pain, but it's not back pain to the point where I can't walk or anything like that, but it'll come and go. But the only time it flares up really bad is when I'm going through, like I'm yelling or I'm upset about something, or maybe I have a verbal argument with somebody. Then my body just feels like I feel like crap. And I be having neck pain and stuff like that. So I be stretching that bad boy out with yoga, honey. That's why I'm glad I got that inversion bench. That inversion bench be doing numbers. When I be upside down, I feel amazing, man. I'm upside down. My body is upside down in a headstand inside this inversion bench, and I feel great. Like we can heal ourselves, man, but it starts with like exercising and stuff like that. You got to do it to your body, man. If your body's feeling tight, I don't want to feel tight. I don't feel good feeling tight. When I'm at work, I'm squatting down. I'm doing squats behind my desk. They be like, yo, what's she doing? I'm working out this back because once I start feeling tight, I got to get up and start moving around, sis. I got to get up and start moving this body, honey. Getting myself ready for van life one day because I'm definitely going to be leaving society, honey. I see the people out on the farms already. It's a beautiful day. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But one day I'm gonna visit Canada. I think Canada is gonna be my first. That's gonna be my first road trip to Canada. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna figure it out. Because I know in America we could drive to Canada, but I think you have to go like upstate New York route. So I know I can get to New York City in like 4 hours from where I'm at. So, and I don't drive in cities, so. But as long as I have some directions, I can get anywhere. As long as I got some directions, I can get anywhere. I can go anywhere. I can get anywhere. I can go anywhere. That's so bad. I just wanna be free. Look at the horses. I love going past these farms, man. I just love it. I just love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Nice journey. Yeah, what is the temperature in New Jersey? The temperature here today, I think it's like it has to be in the 50s. Might be in the 40s. I would say 40s, 50s. Here I would say between 40 and 50. It's chilly out. It might be in the 40s. It's chilly, but like I have my window down in the car and it's not like cold. You know what I mean? But I think it snowed on Friday, and I was like, snow? What the heck is going on here? What the heck? I like my nails, y'all. Y'all like my purple nails? I love painting my nails. I just feel so good when I paint. I love my hands when they're painted and they're pretty. Oh, I'm such a girly girl. I'm such a girly girl. They building something else over here. Building, building, building. Everything's getting built up. As long as the sun is out, I'm good. As long as the sun is shining, your girl is happy. I'm in a happy mood. We're not letting nothing that I go through take me down, take me out, because that's what a lot of people be wanting to see. They want to see you down and out. You know what I'm saying? They want to see you somewhere in the corner crying and complaining about your life because that's how they feel about their life. We're not complaining. no complaints because guess what? I put myself here. I put myself in my position, and guess what? I'm getting myself out. I really need to go over there and get a money order. What's tomorrow, Sunday? I should have went to the post office, but oh well. Go another day. I'm ready for this weather to turn into 70. If it could just stay in the 70s, I would be fine with that. Because in the summertime, we all gonna be complaining how hot it is. But I like living in the climates where we get the winter, the snow. I like living and getting it all. Because if I lived in a climate where it stayed hot all the time, I wouldn't like that. If it stayed cold all the time, I wouldn't like that. So I'm glad we get all of it. We getting all of it. And there's gonna be a lot of rain soon because April is the rainy season. So it's gonna be a lot of rain. It's probably gonna rain almost every day in April. So, but it's all good in the hood, honey. It's all good in the hood. I'm praying that nobody get on my nerves today at work. And the funny thing at work, when I say get on my nerves, it don't even be. It's not even the customers. It's the people that I work with that are toxic. The toxic traits of these idiots that I worked for. And these people, I work with people all the way from like the age of 20 all the way up into 60. So I work in an environment where there's people of all ages. And the biggest problem I have more are with people who are over 50 are where the problem lies. And that's so toxic. It's so bad because the lady texted me last night and she was like, oh, this happened last night at work. I messed up this. I said, girl, listen, don't worry about it. As long as everything is cool and the money is right, I wouldn't worry about nothing. I, you cannot worry about this person don't like me, that person don't like me. So what? Just do your job. Make sure your job is done right. And just leave this little girl alone. It's the manager at my job. She's an assistant manager. She's a bitch. She's a bitch. She's a bitch. She's a nasty little witch. But she's only 19 years old. She's young. And I was like, for you to be 19 and be so nasty, what's going on in your life? Why are you so angry? But she's only like that to people that's not her friend. Like she's friends with these other girls. It's like a clique. They're all Spanish girls. So they only just they sweep everything they do under the rug. But then something somebody else is doing, she be trying to check you for it. But you don't check your friends, but you gonna check me and this other lady. We already know it's favoritism. And I said, like she told me before, she's like, one of the managers told me that I gotta stop worrying. Yeah, stop worrying about it. Just do your job, make sure everything is done right. Dot your I's, cross your T's, send your emails. I said, send your emails, write your notes that you need to write to let people know, look, I did this and I did that. They're gonna come back and say, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't finish that. Do your part and go to freak home. Who cares about who don't like you? This lady is so hell bent on who don't like her. This person don't like me. Them there, girl. So what? I'm glad when I work with somebody that don't like me because I don't have to really talk to you that much. I like to stay quiet anyway most of the time. We kick these little stupid corporate America, like corporate America small talk crap. Oh, the weather's beautiful today. Oh yeah, it is nice. I'm normally a person that's quiet, but sometimes you got to come out with some type of talk, like conversation or whatever. Unless you're working with somebody that, when I work with her, me and her being there giggling, laughing, having a ball. You're not going to work with everybody that you like and have a ball. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to stop past Dollar General. Sorry, y'all, but I'm going to have to get one of them bag of rices that I have to heat up in the microwave. Do I want to? No. I'm gonna have to get one of them bag of rice that I have to heat up in the microwave. I don't want the Uncle Ben's. No, I don't want the Uncle Ben's rice, but I need it because I want to have my curry. No, I don't want Uncle Ben's rice, honey. Not at all. But I need some rice with my curry. I mean, I can. The curry's just not hitting with no rice. So this is the curry, and I know some people are like, "Oh, that looks like throw up." I say, "Girl, no. This curry cheeky. This curry chicken. Look at the beautiness of it. Nice little gravy." And I just made my curry with chicken thighs. The only thing I forgot to get out the store when I did my fresh ingredients was the garlic. Not the garlic. The what do you call it? The what's that root? It looked like a big root. And it smells so good. It smells good. I got some potatoes in here. What? Girl, it's gonna be amazing dinner tonight. I love curry. I love curry. And y'all know I love curry because I bought curry from the Indian restaurant and it was overpriced. But I understand when you make curry, it's from scratch. You can't make curry. You can't go to the store and buy curry. I don't know. Do they sell curry chicken that you can buy frozen? I don't know, but I gotta have it from scratch. And getting curry chicken from the Indian restaurant, there's no Jamaican restaurants or anything around. So, but when you buy stuff like that, it's coming from scratch and it's gonna be expensive. Making it from scratch and it's gonna be expensive. I'm gonna eat my boiled egg real quick. What time is it? It's 12. I got time. I got time. I don't have to be to work until 1 o'clock. So I feel good. My body is stretched. I went to the gym the other day, but I didn't go back. I went to the gym one day, ran on the treadmill. I didn't put my best foot forward with that. You know why? Because my music wasn't really hitting on my phone. So the music wasn't pumping the way I needed it for it to pump. So that didn't really work out. The music wasn't jumping, baby. I'm just eating a boiled egg. I had these in the refrigerator for like a day or so. But I normally, if I eat breakfast, I normally have a boiled egg or some bananas or something like that. What are y'all doing today? I like the hot weather too. But I do get sick of the summer too. Like towards the end, I'd be like glad for fall. Like I love when fall's starting to come in. I love that too. Like I love fall. I like the fall when the leaves are falling. It's still kind of warm in the fall. You know, it's UGG sweater weather. So I love every new season. Like any new season. Like now, it's a nice time to take like a nice ride, like a mountain ride when you see the trees start growing the leaves again. Like I love that. It's so beautiful. I love when it's like this is a season of new life. Like things are growing, the trees are growing, the flowers are going to be blooming. So by the end of next month, you're going to see the trees start to grow. The flowers are blooming. You're going to see certain trees blooming with flowers. Like I love all that type of stuff. That stuff really be getting me going. Like I love it. I go to the dollar store and I get me a bag of rice that's already prepared because I forgot my rice, y'all. Don't hurt me. I can't believe I did that to myself. I don't have my rice. And I'm upset because I have curry chicken and I can't have my curry without the rice. I can eat the curry chicken without the rice and it could be like curry soup. But since I need some rice, I need my rice. These boiled eggs are good. Somebody was asking me the other day. She was like, I like deviled eggs too. That's another thing I want to make some deviled eggs soon. I'm all excited to cook. So you would think I was a big bag. You would think I was a big bag, big bag. I just love food. I found my other cup. I found my other cup. So this is the tall one. I gotta go on the website and see if they have like other colors. I like getting stuff that nobody else is having. Like you see people at work with these, but most of the time people be having those. Are Stanley cups popular anymore? Stanley, I guess that came and went, right? I had a Stanley that I bought for my daughter, and I ended up taking it back because she wasn't really taking care of it. And I said, "Girl, listen, them Stanley cups are not cheap. Them Stanley cups are not cheap." Let me wipe my face, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get this fake rice. Go ahead and get this prepared rice that be in a bowl. It's either gonna be in a bowl or it's gonna be in a bag. It's probably gonna be in a bowl. I don't want to get this rice, but I don't really have a choice. because I gotta eat my curry with some rice. I made only 2 thighs. I made my 2 thighs because I had 4 thighs that I was gonna make the curry, but I thought that would be too much. It would have been perfect, but I felt like I didn't want to make that much meat. So I just did 2 thighs, and then the other thighs I had out, I put them back inside. The other thighs that I had out, look at them waves, child. Look at the waves, honey. Check it out, check it out, check it out. My hair is falling out, y'all. I'm getting old. I'm 45. My hair is falling out. It's thinning out. My hair's not as thick as it was. I'm mad. I'm mad about that. What's going on with this hair? So I need to probably go get my hair washed, get it trimmed, and get a blowout, right? So they can trim my hair. It's a stylist that I watch on Facebook that I've been watching her for years. I think I'm gonna have to give her a visit, let her take care of my hair a little bit. There was this other girl that did me a blowout too. I liked her too, but I need like a head treatment. I need a head treatment, honey. I'm getting old, so when you turn 45, honey, that hair starts thinning. I don't mind the grays because I told somebody, the girl at the house was like, "Oh my God, my grays." I said, "Girl, I'm letting my grays come in. I'm a naturalista. I like the natural look of things, so I'm not gonna I dyed my hair in the past, and I dyed it just because I felt like dyeing it, just to see what it would feel like to have my hair in a different color. I'm not against dye, but I'm against. I don't want to get into that cycle of constantly having to dye your hair. That's not really how I want my life to be set up. I don't want to keep having to worry about dyeing my hair. Because your hair grow out, you got to dye it again. That's like taking all the natural oils out of your hair. I don't really want to get into that cycle of dyeing my hair. I'm okay with aging. I'm okay with getting old, even though my hair is not thick like it used to be. I'm still young. You know what I'm saying? Even when I turn 50, I'm still young. I'm still young in my 50s. I'm not old until I get 70 or 80. Then I'm old. And it's still no problem because some people be like, I want to live forever. Like, I don't want to live forever. I don't want to live forever. For what? Live forever to just get older and older and older. You're just going to get older, older, and decrepit. You can't walk. You can't use the bathroom. You need somebody to help you. Like, sis, my days are over. They just gonna be over. I don't wanna leave this earth because I still have a lot to live for. But I'm not. I don't want to live forever. Even if I was living forever and got younger, like I don't want to live forever. That's just like no. I don't want to be here forever. I'm not. Please don't call the paddy wagon on me. I'm not suicidal, but no, I don't want to live forever because this world, live forever for what? What's the joy in this? I mean, you could have joy, you could be joyful with your family and stuff like that, but this world is demonic, number one. And live forever in what? Live forever in what? Torture? When it's my time, it's my time. And I'm okay with having my time one day. I really am. I'm not trying to avoid it, but I'm not trying to speed it up either. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to speed up. Ooh, my legs is when I was stretching, child, oh my God. I was stretching these legs. My legs gonna be sore later. I'm gonna be walking after work. They gonna be laughing at me like, you must have had one of your boyfriends over last night. I said, no, I didn't. No, I didn't have a man over last night. I'm just exercising my hips. Oh, it's chilly, but it's not cold, cold. I got my little cardigan on. So let's go find this rice. Here. Oh, you gotta turn that music on. We got some rice, y'all. I don't know how I'm gonna like it. It's a jasmine rice, Clover Valley. So I guess it's one of their little, like, Family Dollar brands of jasmine rice. Hi, for the 20 people that are watching me. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming by and putting up with my foolishness. Thank you for coming by. No, it wasn't $1. It was $1.90 something. I have to look at the receipt. It was like almost $2. I wish it was $1, Rhonda. It probably was $1 a couple of years ago. But no, it was $1 something. I have to look at the receipt. I gotta look at the receipt, honey. Let me see. Let me see what they did charge. $1.95. It was almost $2 to this. That's why I make my own rice. I don't really buy rice like this, but this is only because I don't have any rice. So we're gonna put that in our bag. And this is my curry chicken I told y'all about. Isn't that pretty? I can't wait till dinner time. This is my curry. I made it yesterday. So I told y'all when I was craving curry chicken. And I love curry chicken. But I can make it myself and it'd be amazing. I just didn't have the ginger. I did not have the ginger. So ginger is a good ingredient for curry chicken as well. So I didn't have ginger. I forgot to get it, but it's still good. So I had to go into Dollar General, get me a cheap bag. I was going to get two, but then I was like, nah, that's too greedy. This is fine. This is fine. I just have to heat it up. Warm it up, put a little butter in it. I don't got no butter at work, but maybe somebody at work might have a butter packet or something. So heat it up really well, and that curry gonna go right on top of there, girl, and it's gonna be good, sis. It's gonna be good. That's gonna be an amazing dinner tonight. And then I'm off for Sunday and Monday. I told y'all my boss, she screwed up my schedule this week, which I'm not gonna complain because I feel like I have 4 days in a row off. So I'm gonna put my little scully cap on to keep them waves of spinning, honey, until I get to work. Because when I get to work, I gotta do my makeup, put on my little powdered makeup. I could really do my powder makeup here, but I'm gonna get closer to the job and then do my makeup. You know what? While I'm here, I might as well do it, right? Let me get closer to work because I gotta work kind of far. As I get closer to the work, y'all like my nails? They purple. Do you guys like my nails? They purple. The ladies at the it was a lady in front of me. She had like maybe 20 things in her cart, and she was like, "You only got one thing." She said, "You can go ahead of me." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." There's some nice people in the world, man. Everybody's not bad, you know? And I don't look at the world as everybody being bad or anything like that, but I'm definitely on guards all the time. I'm always ready to go. You always have to be ready. Did y'all see? So I was watching Rango Raw, right? And Rango, I don't like watching him all the time, but sometimes he be on point with stuff. And I like watching him because he could be entertaining, but when he start trying to bash people and all that stuff, he be trying to, when he try to expose people, I don't be liking Rango too much because I'm like, Rango, come on. The same thing you be saying other people doing, you're doing the same thing. um, so he came out with a video and was talking about something that happened in the Bronx, that these teenagers was in a store, in some store in the Bronx. It looked like it could have been like a Dollar General or something where it sold food and everything. So I guess a lady must have bumped into somebody in the store, and the somebody that the lady bumped into, it was a kid, and the kid was probably like a teenager. So the teenager was like, the lady said something rude to the teenager. Like, I guess the kid bumped into the older lady, and the older lady turned back and said to the teenager, like, "This is the problem with you kids. Y'all don't have no respect," or something like that. The kid left the store and went back, got the friends, and the friends came back to the store, and the friends jumped the lady. They jumped this lady. They was beating up people in the store, like these kids. If they wasn't teenagers, they had to have been in their early 20s. Like, I don't know if they were all teenagers or whatever, but they was in the store beating the brakes off these people. Like, it was crazy. So Rango TV Raw was talking about it on his channel. If y'all go over there and watch it, watch it. I like Rango sometimes. And then sometimes I don't like him. So, but his video came up, and I was like, yo, those kids was beating these people up in the store. It's like I go into Family Dollar right now and we in there just tussling. Then I go back and get my people. Like, it's a shame that sometimes our culture of people can be so ignorant and rude and think that everything is supposed to be a fight. Like, oh, we got to go back and rumble with those people. That's why anywhere I go, certain places I just don't go. But if I go somewhere and I see a whole bunch of teenagers, girl, I'm going the opposite way. Certain things I know, certain energies I'm not going to even entertain. Because some people just want drama. And some of these young kids, they think because they're young that they can do what they want. Like they think, they call it, the young kids call it young and turn. Yeah, young and turn and let somebody older wear your tail out. How about that? And sometimes in life, you have to fight. If somebody put their hands on you, if somebody hit me, I'm hitting back. That's just all there is to it. If somebody hits you in the streets, you're going to defend yourself. But the fact that these kids left the store, went to go get some friends, and they jumped that woman. They was in the store beating this lady up. Girls just hitting her, boom, boom, boom. So there was a guy, a black guy, was like protecting this lady, trying to protect her. And the girls are just hitting her. These are ghetto chicks in the store with bonnets and stuff on their head. Like, you got to be honest. Like, that's out of line. Some things a lot of people out here is doing is straight raw and straight crazy and straight out of line. Some things you don't need to be doing. I'm not perfect. Yeah, people do stuff, stupid stuff, and they act off their emotions, and then they find themselves in trouble with the law. We've all done something that we shouldn't have did. But just because somebody pissed you off, don't mean that we need to go bring our friends, 4 people, to beat one person up. The girl was in the store beating up this lady, and there was a security guard in there. One of the girls punched the security guard in his face. I'm like, yo, what the freak, bro? It's sad, man. It's a shame. Hey, how you doing, Dana? Rhonda, I wish it was $1, girl. Everything's expensive. That little bit of rice. That's why I buy things in bulk and just have it longer. Because it's cheaper to buy in bulk. That way you have it for a long time. So I got this big bag of rice. My jasmine rice is almost done. But I could probably get a couple more meals out of it. You know what I mean? But yeah, y'all go watch Rango TV Raw. He told about these kids, and I don't know if it was in New York somewhere. The kids jumped this lady in the store. It's crazy, man. Crazy. It's a shame, and all those kids, they're going to get charged, and hopefully they'll charge them as adults. Hopefully they'll get charged as adults, but most of the time when people do stuff like that, they don't get charged, especially if it's their first time getting in trouble. Like, they're going to get a smack on the finger. And then juveniles, they need to start charging these juveniles, treating them like they adults. Since these juveniles want to walk around and act like they're adults, start treating them like they're adults. And then, of course, he goes into this whole thing of saying, these are kids that don't have fathers. Let me tell you something. Not all these juveniles and these kids that be out here acting up. Some of these kids be having 2-parent households. So let's not go into that whole thing of these kids don't have parents. Like, let's not go into that, because when you get a certain age, you know right from wrong. I don't care if you have one dad and that's it, or you just got one mom and that's it, or you raised by a single mom, or you just raised by a single father, or you grew up in the system in diapers. At a certain age, you know right from wrong. If I go into Walmart and walk out with a television that I didn't pay for, I know I'm going to get in trouble and I'm going to go to jail and I'm going to get caught. Sometimes people steal stuff and get away with it, but at a certain age, I don't care if you don't have a father in your life. There's no excuse. You are a grown person now, or a teenager. Teenagers know right from wrong too. But they're going to start charging these stupid teenagers with adult crimes. They need to start doing that. You want to act like a grown person. You want to hit somebody. You want to hit another grown person, and you're a teenager. You think it's okay to go into a store to attack, like jump one person, and then one of the girls punched the security guard in the face. Like, no respect, no respect. But let me be a judge. I'm going to treat you sufficely how you act. I'm not perfect. I've done things in my life, but we know at a certain age, if I do this, I could potentially get myself in trouble. By the time you are 12, 13 years old, oh, if I do this, I'm going to get in trouble for it. But some of these kids at that age, they don't even care about getting in trouble, because most of them are disrespectful to their parents anyway. So stop blaming everything on parents, because parents, after a certain age, whether you're a single mom, single dad, or you came from a 2-parent household, a lot of these kids, let's stop blaming these single parents on stuff, because it's not always a single parent thing. Some of these kids got their mom and their dad in their life. And then everybody turn around and blame the parents. Oh, you wasn't whooping their butts. They wasn't disciplined. What do you know? Were you in their household? Did you grow up in this household with this child? Do you know if they were disciplined? Do you know if they were like, these kids today are off the chain, and it just continues to get worse and worse and worse. Stop blaming the parents for everything. Those kids, after a certain time in their life, they're going to make decisions, man. whether you there or not. You can't babysit your child every single day and see how they're going to act. The world is sick. When I see a whole bunch of kids around, child, I go the opposite way. I go the opposite way. When I see too much crazy stuff, too many people that look like it's in a group, I go the opposite way. Certain places I don't even go. I don't even really go to places like Walmart unless they first open up. I don't want to be around the riffraff. I don't want to be around a whole bunch of disrespectful teenagers. Some teenagers actually go out to places like Walmart and they travel in these malls and they just start drama with people. Drama. Oh, you said this about me on social media? Let's fight. All these fights that I see, these fight videos of these women just beating each other up. Like, I just be like, yo, you're going to wake up tomorrow, you're going to be straight sore. Like, was it worth it? Your hair's all pulled out. Like, I only fight if I have to. Like, if someone put their hands on me, I'm going to defend myself, right? But to go out here and purposely look for fights, to attack people and do stuff like that, like, something is wrong with you. But this is what is out here a lot of times with these teenagers. You don't never know who you are coming in contact with. And everything gets pointed back to the parent. Oh, the parents are bad. The parents should be charged. No, if the kid is out here doing a crime, they should be charged. You can't control your kid after a certain time. When your kid turns like 11, 12, 13 years old, if they want to act out, there's nothing you can do about it. Because they got something called DCPMP. That's all support of children. Even if the kids are acting up, they don't care. They just figure you as a parent, you should be able to control it. After a certain age, you can't control these kids because they're going to do what they want anyway. They're going to go to school and act up. They're going to get into fights if they want to. They're not going to listen to the parents. I've been there before. When they get a certain age, some of them are even going to start disrespecting their parents. Then if you discipline them a certain way, then you got a police charge. The kids are off the hook. But they don't give the parents, you don't have rights as a parent to discipline your child because they call it abuse. Your kid could jump on you. Your underage child could attack you. I've seen all kind of videos. These kids be spitting in their parents' faces, fighting their parents. You fight them back, you're going to get locked up for that. You're going to get locked up for it. Even if your kid punch you right in your face and you got a black eye, the cops will come to your house and say, well, he is underage. Yeah, he's underage. And you're going to get in trouble for it as a parent because you defended yourself back from your child that maybe had attacked you. But then people always turn it around and say, oh, the parents are the problem. Let me tell you something. It's not always the parents, honey. It's not always the parents. These kids go into these schools. They see other kids acting up. They got certain friends. They start acting like they're friends. It's not always the parents, baby. A lot of these kids grew up in really, really good homes. But they got out here, got around certain other kids, and they figure, hey, this is the life I want to live. I want to be ratchet. I want to act ratchet. I want to be a baddie. This is what a lot of these kids be wanting to do out here in these streets. And it's really sad. But everything gets brought back. The first thing a person would say is, what kind of parents do they have? Their parents should be locked up for that. You can't control your kids when they get a certain age. You can't control them. They're watching all these TikTok videos. The kids be thinking that it's fun to get into fights. They think it's fun to get into fights. They think it's fun to drag a girl, pull her hair out. They think that's normal behavior when somebody puts you off. I mean, it's incidences where people got into fights that somebody might have disrespected them or said something crazy and you get your head knocked off. Yeah, that can happen too. But in the excuse where you got all these teenagers sitting around here jumping somebody, I see girls in these streets fighting, beating each other up, pulling each other's hair out. Like, that's just unnecessary, stupid stuff. Certain places I'm just not going to live in. Because if you live in certain areas, that's what you're going to deal with. You're going to deal with the ghetto, the ratchet. You're going to deal with all that type of stuff. So certain places, I'm not even trying to live in. If you want to say, oh, you think you're better, I don't want to be around the ghetto mess. That's what I don't want to be around. The ghetto. Yeah. I don't want to live around that. Because you want to act ghetto and ratchet and be in the streets fighting and pulling each other's hair out, beating each other up. Your own sister. I don't want to be around that crap. I'd rather pay rent in better neighborhoods where I don't have to go outside and see people sitting on my step while I'm trying to go to work. I don't want to live around it. So if you want to say, oh, you think you're better than, no, I don't think I'm better. I know I am. I'm better than this. I'm better than the ghetto stuff that I see, the ratchet stuff, the ratchet ghetto behavior. I'm better than that. Who wants to live around that? Not me. Yeah, baddies is a mess. My daughter was even looking at that one time, and I took her phone when we were living together. I was like, "You're not watching baddies, because that's not teaching you how to be a woman." Like Carly B, Carly Red, and all them ghetto women. Carly B, one time, I can't stand her. I don't like none of these rapper chicks. But that's what they push, the ghetto, the ratchet. Carly B had, I guess she's on tour, crappy stuff. I can't stand Carly B. But she's on, she's on tour or something, and she's doing shows or whatever. She's on the thing with her hand on her little private part going like this on stage. Carly B. I was like, and this is what the young girls think is normal. They think that behavior is how women are supposed to act. Ghetto, ratchet, raunchy, disgusting, nasty, vile. Because the women be thinking that's what the men want anyway. That's what the men want. They want your body. But you got young girls that look up to girls like that. Young girls that are 12 and 13 and think that ratchet culture is, oh, that's cool. That's what's up. That's how we supposed to act. No, that's not how women are supposed to act. And even for the men, the ghetto stuff, the crazy, the walking down the street holding handguns and all that. That's not how you're supposed to act, because guess where you're going to end up? In prison. And then when you go to prison, guess who you're going to be calling? Mom, dad, mom or dad, can you help me? Help you with what? You want to act up, you're going to be the police's problem. And you don't want the police to deal with you. Because they're not going to deal with you with no love. They're not going to deal with you with no kindness. You go out here and you make a mistake and you get caught up in that lifestyle, you get tickets and you get into that getting arrested and locked up and all that. Don't call me, because I don't got nothing for you. You did what you did. Now you're going to have to dig your way out. They want to disrespect you and all this stuff, but then one minute they love you. When they're in trouble and they need help, they want to call mom and dad, or they want to call mom, or they want to whoever they got in their life. They want to come back to the parents when they get into these legal troubles and they in jail and they want the bail and they think you're gonna put your house up to help them out. I'm not that mama. I'm not that mother. I don't watch any of that. I know, right? I used to watch, and I'm 45. I used to watch Housewives of Atlanta, and I had to break free from watching social media stuff because it's all women fighting, cattiness, drama. The marriages on the women that come into these social media platforms, they be married when they come into the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the Real Housewives of California. They come in married and then they end up not being married no more. Reality TV, they want to make some money. So all they want to do is push drama and BS and who's sleeping with who and who said this about who. Even the older women be catty and fighting. People watch that, and I know they get a lot of views and they get a lot of ratings for drama, but the bad thing is a lot of the young kids are watching and they think that that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be fighting. You're supposed to be ripping each other's face out, hair out, clawing each other's eyeballs out. Like, they think that's normal behavior. When teenagers watch that, teenagers think, oh, that's normal. That's normal. Baddies, though, I hate that show. The girls up there boxing like men. I say, y'all up here boxing like y'all dudes. The girls be fighting dudes. Girl, please. I hate that lifestyle. I don't like it, not one bit. Because this is how a lot of people end up in prison. Watching that ghetto stuff. And hey, you say, oh, you sound like this, you sound like that. I don't want to be a part of that kind of community. I don't want to be a part of the ratchet ghetto culture. That's not my thing. But you see that every day you see it every which way you go. The ghetto, the ratchet, you see it every day. It's a normal thing in the ratchet community. I didn't raise my kids to be ratchet, but sometimes kids turn out to be ratchet because they are trying to keep up with the ratchet friends. The girls are trying to keep up with the ratchet girls. The boys are trying to keep up with the ghetto boys and whatever the ghetto boys are doing. What they call them, the YNs. The YNs and the ratchet girls, they're keeping up with the ghetto culture because they think that's how you're supposed to be until they end up in jail without the bail. And then they want to call their mom and dad to help them out. Don't call me, baby. If you get yourself in trouble with the law, do not call me. I'm not one of those mothers to be like, oh, my baby, oh, the cops are racist. The cops are racist because, they slammed a much up against the car. The cops are racist. I'm not one of those parents, baby. And it is some racist cops out here, but sometimes you have to remove yourself from that type of activity. Like, you didn't have to do what you did. And I'm not one of those moms. Yeah. And in the baddie show, these young kids got enough heart and stuff. They want to fight older people. They be out here trying to fight old folks. That's why certain places, certain communities, I'm not living around. I'm not living around the ghetto-ness. I don't want to be around it. Sometimes you have to live in low income because you have to, but stay in there enough, keep your kids from out the street as much as you can. But sometimes you can't even keep your teenagers away from that because they going to school every day in the ratchet culture. You got to protect your kids as much as you can, but when they start going to these school systems and stuff, you can't protect them but so much. You can't protect them. You can't protect but so much, honey. You can't sit in school with your kids, can you? Yeah, she don't let her own kids listen to her music because she knows she's selling to other kids, but she don't send that to her own kids. It's a shame because Carly B's kids and Sexy Red and all them other ghetto women that's pushing the crap, they don't push that stuff to their own kids because they know it's wrong. But if they're selling it to the culture, it's up to the parents to try. But when you have your kid at 8 years old with a cell phone, like I don't understand these parents. They even be having the kids 6 to 7. They going to school with cell phones in their hands. They shouldn't have cell phones. Oh, we live in the world is crazy, and I need to be in contact with my kids because once the teacher say something out of line that you say the teacher disrespect my child, like these kids, the parents are ghetto. The parents are ratchet. The parents are teaching their kids at 8 years old. If that teacher say something, you better say something to her. You better snap. The parents are teaching the kids to disrespect the older people. Man, if I was in elementary school and middle school and I disrespect the teacher, it don't matter if that teacher was black, white, Spanish, or green. My mom is whipping my tail because number one, you don't talk to adults like that. And I know sometimes the teachers can be out of pocket. That's what people be saying. Oh, but the teacher, yeah, sometimes these teachers are tired, man. The teachers are tired. People are tired. People that go to work every day. You got to have, like, I had incidences where I had women come into the store and cursing me out over something stupid. I had incidences with the ratchets that come into the store, and I don't like to deal with the ratchets either. When I see the ratchet, I don't want to be bothered. I just try, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. I don't want to deal with that. I deal with that in what I do. I deal with the ratchets. They come into the store wanting to be nasty and crazy and ghetto. First thing I do is walk away. I ain't dealing with this. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You can deal with them. I don't want to deal with the ratchets myself, but they come into the store. I don't want to deal with the ratchet stuff. And it's a shame the stuff that people got to go to work every day and have to endure to make a paycheck. And then these dumb kids end up in jail or down to the police station. And then you got the stupid mothers who want to come to the police station and say, oh, that cop is racist. He's a racist cop. He's racist. Girl, your kids are bad as hell. They going to do their job. And I'm not going to say that racism don't exist. For damn sure it does. But a lot of people be asking for a lot of this stuff because of the way that they act and how stupid they are. I just be like, yo, it's crazy out here. But a lot of these kids are getting what they freaking deserve. I'm just sorry to say, but a lot of people are getting what they deserve. You want to act crazy in ghetto? It's going to be somebody crazy in ghetto going to act crazy in ghetto too. Then you're going to be in prison calling for your mammy. Calling for Mammy and Poppy to help you. It's a mess. That's why I stay out the way. I be out the way. Certain places I don't even frequent. Certain gas stations, girl, I don't go to them little ratchet gas stations. What? I go right to Wawa, where you know a lot of stuff not gonna be even going on, honey. I don't. We not being a part of the ratchet community. I don't want nothing to do with that. And I know a lot of these teachers and stuff. These teachers are tired. And I'm not saying all these teachers. Listen, I'm not saying that the teachers are perfect and they're not doing anything wrong. And yeah, it's a lot of people doing a lot of wrongdoing out here. But that is hell. And then they go in stores in nicer neighborhoods and all of a sudden act like they have some sense. Oh yeah, because they know them police gonna come up there and drag them out the store by their head. Yeah, and the teachers be knowing like who the parents are that's really involved with their kids and stuff like that. But the sad part is a lot of these kids go to schools and they end up being friends with the ratchet girls, and then you find out your daughter coming home acting ratchet, acting like Carly B and Sexy Red and all that stuff, butt up in the air and all that stuff. I don't play that. I don't play that. I don't like that ratchet culture behavior because I wasn't raised like that. But the sad part is that's what's in these school systems with the ratchet girls. They watching Carly B, they watching Sexy Red, they watching all these ghetto girls, and they think that's normal behavior. As much as a parent that you would tell your child, hey, that's not the road that you want to go down. That is Carly B and them. That is their job. They get paid to push that. That's not reality, honey. You see Carly B right now. She didn't left her husband because he was cheater. Now she got with another guy that had 10 baby mamas. Now look at her life. And then people say, oh, well, she got money. Yeah, well, that's about all she got. That's all she got is the money. That's all she got on her back. Yeah, it's nice to have some money to be able to take care of your children. But I really personally think that Carly B is probably a good mom. I think that she loves her kids and I think she's a good mom, but she's a ratchet chick. And those are the type of girls I don't even want to be friends with women like that. For what? What's that going to benefit me? I can't stand the ratchet culture. I don't like it at all. And I always was like that. I don't like the ratchet stuff. Don't come over here with the ratchet ghettos. I mean, I deal with that at my job when certain customers come into the locations that I work in, and they be super super mean to me. But when they see a person of another culture, they super nice to them. I deal with this crap all the time. They super super mean to me, but super nice to someone else of another culture. I see it all the time with these people, and that's why sometimes I be like, "Well, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I don't want to deal with the ghetto crap." And then the sad part is, people be thinking everybody from this culture acts this way, and everybody don't act crazy like that. This stuff has to stop. But sad reality, this stuff is probably never going to stop. It's going to continue to be the way it's going to be. And everybody's blaming parents, the kids, to this, to that. I'm just here to say that it's not always the parents that should get the blame because sometimes these kids they know right from wrong at a certain age. I think around the age of 10, these kids should know, should I do this? Should I do that? I'm gonna get in trouble with my mom and dad if I do this. I'm gonna get in trouble if I go into Wawa and take a stick of gum out. I'm gonna get in trouble for that. But the parents, some of these parents, not all the parents, are teaching the kids don't let somebody disrespect you. The parents are ghetto. The parents are ratchet. Then they teaching their kids to grow up ratchet, and then the kids think, oh, when somebody piss you off, you just knock their head off. It don't matter how old they are. Beat them up, drag them out. I mean, I see so many like fights that be coming to my Facebook. The fights, I just open up my Facebook and you see girls in the streets fighting each other, ripping each other's hair out the head, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy. It's insane. The only time you would catch me in a brawl if somebody just came up and smacked me or did something, I'm going to for sure defend myself. But that's the only time you're going to catch me in some kind of brawl. But these girls, and it be girls from around the hood that live locally to each other. They get, oh, she said this on social media, I'm about to go drag her out the house. Like, I see all this type of stuff. I don't be with the ratchet stuff. As soon as I see ratchet, I'm not living in ratchet behavior. I'm not living in ratchet neighborhoods. I don't want to live around that. What is that going to benefit me? What, having to go outside my house and having to say, excuse me, I have to go to work. Do you mind getting off my porch? I'm not with that ghetto stuff. Keep the ghetto away from me. I wasn't raised like that. So, and that the crazy behavior that these girls think is normal that's not normal being ghetto. But most of the time, sad thing is that's all the kids seen was ghetto stuff. That's all they saw in their life, crazy stuff, crazy and ignorant. I don't want nothing to do with it. I want to do better for my life, and if I have to live in neighborhoods where I might have to pay a little bit more money, whenever it's time for me, I'm not living in no crazy neighborhood. If I got to pay more money to live in certain places, I just have to do that. We just have to do what we got to do. But some people like hood stuff. They think hood stuff is the way to go. Oh, that's cool to be it's cool to be this way. Yeah, okay. Cool for you. I've never been a part of that culture, so I don't want nothing to do with it. But a lot of people think all black people are like that, and that's not true. Well, I am who I am. And I ain't treating nobody. I don't care what culture or race they are. You treat me with respect, you're going to get the mutual respect right back. You treat me crazy, you're going to get the crazy side. But I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to drag you out in the street. I'm going to do this. Like, I'm not going to be doing that. But I'm about to wrap this up, y'all, because I got to get to work. I'm just putting on my little powder makeup on my face, honey. And some people say, oh, you don't need the makeup. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I need to brighten up this face, honey. Because, sis, I'm getting older and I need to cover up. I want to look a little bit more fresh. And we need to cover up some of this. I don't have, wrinkles or anything, but I'm definitely aging, baby. And I see it. And I don't mind aging or anything, but your girl is getting up there, honey. We getting up there in the years. Time is going by super fast. That's why I say to the young girls, like, you're not going to be 20 or 14 years old forever. Don't mess up your life now. Trying to get these young kids to understand, hey, there's a place for you that you can go, man. Those police gonna take you to the jail cell without the bail cell. I don't know. We just try to teach the youth. And if the youth don't want to listen, if they don't want to listen to their parents, they don't want to listen to people trying to teach them and guide them the right way to go. I'm not going to be all my life trying to get you to do the right thing. Right? So if the youth don't want to listen, hey, what you want me to do? I'm not going to force you. You're going to have to learn the hard way. There was things in my life I had to learn the hard way. I'm not perfect. Yes, everybody makes mistakes and stuff, but we can't keep on making the same mistake again. So I'll be back on tonight, y'all, when I get off of work. I will be back on tonight when I get out of the plantation. So I thank you guys for coming by. Thank you for supporting the channel. This lady pulls up right beside me. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. It's so weird when you come into a parking lot and people just come into the lot and they just be right beside you. Like, sis, all these other spaces you didn't see? You didn't see these other spaces out here. You just saw me, huh? But y'all hear that wind blowing, child? That wind is blowing, honey. It's windy out here today. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later, okay? You guys have an awesome day. I get off work at 9 o'clock tonight, so I'm gonna plan on doing a live stream on the way home later tonight. So I'll talk to y'all later. Love you guys and thank you for supporting me. You have a good day as well. Thank you.